Good evening, beautiful people, and welcome to round 6 of our season coverage of the F1 series. With me is a 5-time driver championship. Welcome, Maranello baby.
Thank you so much, couple. It's a pleasure to be here. Exciting track for me to join you on.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. You know what? We're running a little late, so let's just jump onto the track video and see what happened last time around, and then we'll just jump right into the action.
Perfect.
Belgium is one track that requires no introduction. 7 kilometers of historic motorsport heritage that has played host to the battle of the pioneer gentleman races in Formula One as early as 1925. Formerly a street circuit that winded through the Belgian countryside, Spa is the longest circuit on the F1 calendar and possesses the universally recognizable Eau Rouge Radillon complex. Let's see where the plot unfurled in Season 5 at Spa. Season 5 threw the drivers a curveball with a wet race, with the difficult track conditions proving difficult right from lights out. Every braking zone in the wet becomes a potential risk of coming together with other drivers, making it important to remain cautious when getting involved in a battle. And every high downforce section becomes a swimming pool, causing cars to aquaplane, lose control, and eventually retire from the race.
Well, we're jumping right into the action there. A fantastic little tussle last time around. And I expect absolutely nothing less because the weather is pouring in Spa-Francorchamps
Yeah.
this time around. And it's going to be a very, very tough time. It's been dry all weekend long. Yes, a little bit of rain at the end of the Tier 3 race, but the heavens have opened
Yeah.
up and just in time for the main event.
The heavens have opened up. We couldn't be happier. But folks, just to bring you up to speed with the action, we started quali a couple of minutes ago. But since the outlap is so long, and we've done this specifically, and we've planned this for you, so because the outlap is so long, you haven't missed out on any action, and you're joining just as soon as drivers are coming across the line to start their flying laps. It's heavy wet conditions at the start of the session, but couple, do you expect a dry line to open up over the course of the next few minutes?
Well, there's a spun McLaren already. Luckily, he hasn't lost his wing, but it's the worst possible position there at the top of Radillon. But yeah, trying to answer your question, it is expected to rain throughout the session. If I'm not mistaken. So at the very end of the session, there might be a situation where they go on the inters. But yeah, it is definitely not going to be looking
Yep.
like there's going to be a dry line coming anytime soon.
I was just on board with one of the fastest drivers, RB Farello, and I think spotting your braking points in the rain is genuinely difficult because I think he took a shortcut right through Lecombe.
Exploring track limits already, trying to get an inch on the field.
Yep.
Well-
Just a couple of drivers. Who are your drivers to look out for over the next hour and a half of this race?
Honestly, it's an interesting one because I typically say, people like Evil Dog, people like RB Farello, Scary Pumpkin are the ones to go for. But this is wet conditions, and this is a whole new ball game. I don't think we've ever seen these conditions really challenge the drivers before. So I have no predictions. It could be anyone's game. The one with the feather touch throttle input is the one who will probably bring
Yep.
out the rains at the end of the session. Death Hunt
And
is the
as we
first
say
one.
that, yeah. We have some sort of a benchmark time, but we absolutely have no. But we have a retired monk at the top of Radillon. That is going to be. I think that's a big Kahoni corner, especially in the wets. But keep your foot down and just pray. But Avi goes ahead of the Ferrari in the Alpha Tauri, and slowly the times are dropping. Deepak Raj follows up with a quick pole. Can his teammate Abhi beat that? But Abhi is starting a new flying lap right now.
Yep, times are definitely going to be coming down very, very quickly. I mean, 158's already. That's great. I mean, if I remember correctly from last season, we also had a wet quali there. Times were only nearly in the 2-minute mark. It's slightly drier than absolutely pouring like torrential rain, but it's still up there. So
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Faizan had a moment at the top of Radillon, and the McLaren of Abhi has a moment again at the top of Rouge and Radillon. This is turning out to be more slippery than normal.
Yep, definitely looks to be the case. People are unsure of how to tackle this appropriately. Sid Kulkarni is also spun out. He kind of impeded not Scary Pumpkin, but the other one, Faizan. We got Evil Dog, the other Alfa Romeo is out as well, as we see Death Hunter spinning after setting a purple sector 2. That's unfortunate.
So I believe Evil Dog retired in the pits, if I'm not. No, he retired at what's that long left-hander, sector 3. Brain isn't working.
Blanchimont.
Yes, one of the most iconic. I forgot one of the most iconic corners on the calendar.
Shame.
But yeah, he retired through Blanchimont. RB Ferrello's having a tough time right now, but don't forget, Kapil, this is a dry race, I think, if I'm not wrong, and I think that a lot of these drivers who are struggling, who are struggling are probably on dry setups.
I can't really agree with you completely because I have to look back into the stream and figure out what the exact weather is. I think I missed it. It was visible to the stream, but I think there is rain in the race as well. I don't know if it's starting out. I'll need to check with the rest of my team there.
I am just checking right now, Kapil, as we speak.
Well, we got Deepak Raj who's lost it as well. He's lost it into turn 1. That's interesting. What? Okay. Why? How? I don't know. But regardless, he is out.
Yep. Quick update. It's going to be a full dry race, starting off with sort of sunny weather, moving into more overcast conditions towards the end of the race.
Thank you for that. Now let's go on board with Harry. He's at the end of his first flying lap. It's at the end.
He seems to have wing damage on his right hand plate, or is that? Yeah, Harry seems to have a slight bit of wing damage on his right front end plate, but he seems to be going to complete the lap anyway, and comes across in P6.
That's good. That's good to tough it out and see how he's faring. Oh, he's sliding around in P1. That's so ballsy out there. It's good. He's fighting the car. That means he's pushing the limits. But these are not times that you want to be pushing it too much because it's simply too difficult, or it can be a very perilous task to get the car back into the traction zone, especially in these wet conditions.
Yep. Some drivers are opting for the intermediate conditions. Is that an indication that the conditions are actually becoming a little drier?
Well, it's difficult to say because people on the wets are still struggling out there. I can see the droplets slightly. Not really. No, I'm gonna take that back. It is pouring quite heavily still. The spray is quite indicative of that. But it's surprising to see that so early. Maybe they're pushing their luck. It's saying what, I'm not gonna be improving much. That's kind of the wrong attitude to have, considering that the track is drying out very slowly, but definitely is. The times will definitely drop, and I think they're just going to take the plunge on that.
Yep. As we see that BK19 pumps in a fastest sector 2, and he is on intermediate tires. But yeah, sorry, Scary Pumpkin is the next of the casualties into Blanchimont again. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, that's perfectly alright. I don't know where BK19 is. He's on P15. Makes quite late. Hooks the apex very, very nicely there. Akash is the next one of the casualties. Man, this track is just getting everyone. Radillon takes like 4 victims, and BK19, the Alpha Tauri boys, on top. Half a second faster than his teammate. That's great stuff there.
Yep. A few drivers, a few of our top drivers actually are struggling right now. If you look at RB, Ferrello, Faizan's incredibly experienced. They are yet to put in a valid time. But let's stay on board with the freeze.
Another one, but he's not even in the frame. Easy does it because there's a.
But crucially, he just loses his front wing and not his entire wheel. So he's got enough time to get around and probably put a valid lap, a quicker lap. But as I say, that Death Hunter is now 8 tenths quicker. He's gone 8.5 tenths quicker on his sector 1 time.
Well, times are dropping certainly very quickly. Rambo's behind him at the end at Lecom right now. He's going to be putting in a flyer lap as well. But let's stay on board with Death Hunter. Slightly goes up wide in No Name, but still keeping it. Oh, Faizan's the next casualty there. Racing Point boys are out of here. He's also lost it, and Eau Rouge, funnily enough, before Radillon altogether. My bad, I've gone into the wrong player. Back onto the action.
That's fine. He's gone. BK19 now goes is on his second consecutive lap. I'm surprised ERS is lasting that long, but of course it is in the rain. But that being said, Death Hunter following him through is now gone fastest sector 2. So it's game on between the Alpha Tauri and the Ferrari.
BK19 at the end of his second flying lap. Can he improve on his timing? No, my bad.
He chooses to pit.
Oh, it goes really wide there. Lucky
That wasn't
kept
an
it on.
invalidation.
It was
Funnily enough.
not. Ooh, cheeky stuff there. Very nice line. Kept it alive. Can he improve because of that mistake? Yes, he can. What? 154.5. I had to read that again. That's 3 seconds, almost 3 seconds faster. That is ridiculous pace. Wow.
Okay, we have a steward in our commentary team as well. Black Sheep, welcome to the commentary team. What did you think of? Do you think that should have been invalidated? But either way, 154. That was an incredible lap time compared to his counterparts in some of the other cars.
Yep. Hi guys. Pretty good lap, but isn't that the track drying out?
It is. But and I think in testament to that, RB Ferrello goes just half a second off Death Hunter.
Yeah.
Can we stay on board Chicken? He just put in a faster sector 2 if I'm not wrong. And he's coming into the bus stop right now.
He's been practicing quite heavily today. Can he go on pole? Yes, he does. With the 53.8 track is drying up quite fast right now. You said it right, boys. A lot of purple sectors coming our way. Let's stay on board with RB. We haven't given him a lot of track action. Is he improving on his lap? Can't say right now, but he's kept it clean. And he's still got a lot of areas to play with. Yep.
He is improving, but he's still 2 tenths off Chicken in the first sector right now.
So we've got a McLaren spun. I think that's Abhi going quite slowly. But luckily he did not lose his wheels and continues on his way. Man, the Red Bulls go looking super strong right now. P3 and P4, superb stuff. I mean, this is great for their championship battle right now. They're already leading, and this is going to improve their lead so much more. We've got yellow flags. I believe that's for Abhi again, but it might be for Harry Rocks as well. But let's just see what Abhi can pull out coming across the line. Neat little last sector there. Does he go on pole? No, he does not. He does not even improve. Let's switch over to Avi. So at the end of his lap, is he improving?
He's gone quicker in the second sector, but I think he had a moment through Rouge, which is why he's lost a bit of time in sector 1.
And he's cut the track heavily, but not invalidated his lap. What?
I think he was spot on the white line over there. It was honestly measured to perfection, but I think he's probably going to go for it. I think he's going to go again. He definitely, if I'm not wrong, he's starting a new hot lap right now.
Yep. We'll get back to him soon because all the times are dropping quite quickly. 53.8 is the time to beat right now. His teammate, however, Freeze, has not been able to complete his lap so far. I mean, he is at Campos right now, so he will come around. Oh, and we've got the next casualty. Siv Kulkarni lost it in Blanchimont. So actually we're coming towards him. His teammate will give him a nice little wave by. Oh, that's a lot of lift there. Chicken has retired as well. That is at Radillon. So yeah, F in chat for the leader, but can he keep the position is the more important question. Having gone a little early there, Crazy Joe goes to P5 55.7. Good lap from him, considering that the keyboard is simply not the device you want to be on. Huge disadvantage in this wet conditions. Okay, so Freeze time must have invalidated somewhere. He wasn't able to put in a lap in. Abhi, well, he is the replacement of Electrip. Electrip is not either not getting the time or is not able to attend the races. So his replacement has not been able to put in a lap so far. Let's see if he can. With little over 1 minute to go, Abi Ferrello on another lap. I don't think he's pushing because his ERS is off, so I think he's going to go on for one final run. Out he goes P3. That's a great lap from him. He's on, wow, top 3 separated by just 1/10. That's great stuff.
Yep, I think there's Justin and Avi's, I think, going to carry on for one more lap because he did manage to, because there's 1 minute left in the session and it makes no sense him pitting again.
No,
but his ERS is turned down. I'm pretty surprised about that.
I think he's done.
Yep, not a bad lap either way, 153.9. BK coming across the line up to P5. A few other drivers right now coming across the line. Harry Rocks has a bit of a moment through bus stop. Crazy Joe is on a pretty good lap as well. Harry Rocks pushes BK19 down to 6th. But can we stay on board the Williams of Crazy Joe coming around Blanchimont right now?
That is great curve. That's some great usage there of the curves. Very ballsy stuff. Nice wide entry and exit. Can he improve on his lap? Yes, he can, and he moves up to P6. Wow, back-to-back laps there.
I don't really know how he managed to do it, but in the rain he managed to sort of run out of ERS.
Wait for it. Freeze is going to be blocked by Rambo. Luckily gets out of the way there. Whew. That was a difficult situation considering that Rambo had retired just a moment ago. But Freeze is the next one to finish his final lap. Only gets P11. Yes, you were saying, Mara.
No, I was just saying that Crazy Joe, I thought Crazy Joe was on a good lap, but I'm surprised that in the wets he depleted his ERS by sector 3, so he was not allowed any more deployment in the uphill section in the run through Blanchimont up to bus stop, and I think that's cost him a lot of time in sector 3. That probably would have cost him easily about maybe half a second, if not more.
Interesting lines there by Abhi. Is just fishtailing all over the place. The rest of the boys, they've all invalidated their last runs, unfortunately. So this is our last run. You see a car just parked there. I think that's the car of Avi. No, that's not Avi, but BK19. He's just gotten out of the way swiftly. Lot of fishtailing there and a spinala. And that, I believe, is the end of our qualifying session, ladies and gentlemen. WTF Chicken, our very own Stewart's brother, on pole position. Death Hunter 23, the lead Ferrari right now in P2, just a 10th away. That's how close he was in these treacherous wet conditions. Avigon Rogue goes P3. The leading Alpha Tauri this time around getting the better of his teammate. Abi Ferrello, well, started out brilliantly. Midway through, he was a strong contender, but unfortunately was not able to put in a decisive lap at the end of it. He starts P4. Harry Rocks, great qualifying for him. He's just, certainly one who struggles on Saturdays, but this time around he's got it brilliantly. Starts P5. Crazy Joe put in brilliant laps at the end, one after the other, kept the consistency and made it work. He starts P6, lead Williams there. Sid Kulkarni just dying out momentarily before his, at the start of his final run. Unfortunate there. BK19 the second, Alpha Tauri. Well, there you have it, folks, because it's going to be a very interesting one, considering what kind of a setup our racers have chosen to put on. But yeah, here are your standings. Mara, take it away.
Sure. Like we know, Chicken in P1, solid qualifying. Even though he retired, the lap he set was more than good enough to retain the pole position. for the race. Death Hunter's probably in the best spot in P2, considering there's a long rundown. Avi P3, RB Ferrello, one of the championship contenders in P4. Harry Rocks in the Haas comes through in P5. Crazy Joe in the Williams, BK19, P7 was setting the early pace but wasn't able to pull his car up, and that was way too quick on the
What
advance.
happened there?
That was way too quick. I'll walk you through the grid while we're waiting for the drivers to ready up. We've got Rambo in P8, not RB19, RB54510 in the McLaren in P9, Sid Kulkarni in the Williams in P10, Akash in the Haas, Deepak Raj in the McLaren, and then a lot of the retirements, which are Cryptid, Scary Pumpkin, Evil Dog 5 and Monk and Freeze, completing the back of the grid.
Yeah. There's just these conditions getting the better of. Like
Okay,
going close
couple.
to half.
This is the moment of truth. Considering the quali was completely wet, drivers pretty much have a free choice of which tires they would like to go on. And as we all know, the alternate strategy is very, very strong. What do you think is going to happen? I'll try and get Freeze back into the session, but in the meanwhile, what do you think this optimal strategy and the prediction for the race is?
It's gonna be a mediums to hard. Sorry, soft to mediums. My bad. The alternate strategy is not too OP on this track. I mean, it was insanely OP in the last two games, especially in 2018. But for some reason, the softs just fare much better this time around on this game. But I would like some more drivers to go for that alternate strategy, especially given that you've got track position. It wouldn't be a bad idea to start on those medium tires.
Yep. In fact, I think if I were there, I would probably start on the medium tires. But at the same time, drivers, they do take a bit of time to heat up. And considering, and if you get a bad traction, and if you get some bad traction out of Le Saul's, you're pretty much going to get swallowed up by all the soft runners in the run up to Lecombe.
Well, talking of Lassos, I'm expecting some real carnage there. We had a lot of carnage in both Tier 1 and Tier 3, and I expect nothing less from Tier 2.
Of course, cue the Alonso Leclerc incident at Turn 1, or the Hamilton incident in 2008, if I'm not wrong, or 2007.
2012?
Whatever it is, it was Hamilton.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Good
I can only laugh about it because all drivers are safe and that's what matters in incidents, but it's
nice eye candy, absolutely.
of nice eye candy. More content for Drive to Survive. Good thing though, we have Freeze back in the session. He probably won't be able to take control of his car, and that probably is going to affect him a lot because any tweaks that he's made to his setup for the wet weather conditions can only be changed when he pits at the end of his first stint.
Yeah, but he can't even pick his tire strategy now. It's already been picked for him by the AI. So he's
as you said, it's not too much of a difference between the alternate strategy. So if there was a track for him not to choose a strategy and leave it up to the game, this would be it.
Yeah, but you should keep in mind that I believe the preferred strategy according to the game is a soft to hards for some reason. So that will probably need to be changed. Look at that, soft to medium, soft to hards, the same exact lap. I'm like, what kind of a strategy is that, Codemasters? Silly. But yeah, let's quickly get on board. Last time around in the Tier 3 race, half the grid just kept killing each other, and I think the mayhem's already started. We've got Rambo's already disqualified on his own. How does that happen? He didn't get off the line? Maybe. But he's just gonna be sitting there, and that's unfortunate for him.
Yep, Chicken using the Kimi Raikkonen method of heating up his tires for right now. All of the drivers weaving behind him and he's just carrying on in a straight line. Absolutely lovely to see.
Well, in this case, it wouldn't be a bad idea to weave, but then again, it doesn't make a lot of sense because it's unnecessarily just increasing wear on tires. But
funnily enough, the two soft drivers up in front are actually going faster, whereas the medium tires, which would be tougher to put some temps in, are opting to have a much slower formation lap.
Interesting. Uh, Black Sheep, have you had a word with your brother to see what kind of strategy he wants to play out? Have you been in communication? Has he like come to you for the words of wisdom from his more experienced brother? Give us some.
Not exactly. No, I haven't really had a conversation with him. But interesting to see that he's starting on the softs. Probably a good choice if you're on the front row. If you're able to, maintain position for the first few corners, it's a good tire to maintain some, or get a bit of a lead built up on.
Let's see if that is the right decision after all. We've got Death Hunters who's left the session. Whew, that is not the right time to be doing that. And he's back. Okay. Strategic movement, it looked like. Evil Doc and Monk not having the best of shows. Racing Point also along with them. This is going to be a nice battle at the fag end of the field. Freeze. Oh, wait a minute. Why is Freeze starting P18? Did he have +5 positions? We missed that as well. Damn. But he did all that effort to get into P11 at the end of quali. Now he starts last.
Yeah, and not having a choice of tires, starting in P18 is just not what he would have wanted at all. But Faizan really making the field wait, more so than I think should be allowed, but it is what it is. Either way, they've kept us waiting long enough, and we're ready to start the beautiful run into Les Saux and the incredibly exciting Spa-Francorchamps race for Tier 2.
Let's get ready to rumble then. We've got 5 lights. And we've got a jump start from Scary Pumpkin already. Lights out and away we go. We've got Chicken who's comfortably ahead. RB Farrell is going to try to go around the outside there. Harry Rock's getting a little squeezed into it. We've got a lot of blue flags. That's very, very disturbing. But everyone's clean so far. 3 wide going in there at the back of the field. But no incidents absolutely whatsoever. Little bit of moment there. Great exit by Akash. He's already overtaken Crazy Joe there. Crazy Joe getting the worst of starts. But he's still side by side. Going into Lecom. Deepak Raj tries to get a move there, but thinks better of it. But now Deepak Raj with that better exit, and not compromise exit. Oh, then there we have contact there. We've got a spinning Scary Pumpkin. Sorry, that's Faizan who spun out. Nice dodge there, and a walkthrough by Freeze. We got a yellow sector too because of it, but everyone else is fine. Freeze has lost a front wing. That's really, really unfortunate, but everyone else is doing swimmingly well.
Yep. Just to let things calm down a bit, I think Death Hunter's lost a few positions and he's not doing too well, but Harry Rocks has managed to gain a position on those soft tires, which
getting all out of shape there. I believe BK19 has some kind of a damage. We've got Death Hunter who's still not in the session. He's not able to take control of his car for whatever reason, and that's why he's dropping down the field, and that's gonna hurt him. We've got the timing sheet which is stuck and quite annoyingly as well. But just jumping back into the action, I don't see much damage from the rest of the pack. But regardless, Chicken well and truly in the lead. Great start from him, kept out of trouble. Avi in second. Sid Kulkarni for whatever reason has jumped into the lead. Thank you, Codemasters. I'm going to ignore that for now, but the pack is quite close still. PK19 is still dropping, using a lot of his ERS. Is he going to be ghosting through? Oh, that's 3 seconds unnecessarily for him, but he's going to try for a better exit there. Going to go around down the inside, going side by side. The other two of them deploying a load of ERS and gets the position done nicely there.
Yep.
We're gonna have to wait for the timing sheets to, gain some control over itself. In the meantime, we're gonna be sticking with Deepak Raj. I mean, he's had a good start. He's jumped a couple of positions, I believe. No, he actually dropped a position. My bad. It definitely looked like he had a good start there, but not making the most of it. Scary Pumpkin, well, he died in quali. He's alive right now, which is a good thing. We've got Abhi going really slowly, going all out of shape. I don't know if he's got damage or not, but Crazy Joe is thinking about making a move there. Takes a wide exit, and he's got Scary Pumpkin on the inside on this collision, and that is out of here. He is out. He's lost a lot of front wing, but luckily keeps his wheel intact. Swiftly gets out of the way of Monk. Cryptid is way down the field for whatever reason. He switched onto the hard compound tires. That's interesting decision there. Must have had some contact in the beginning of
Yep,
lap 1.
Cryptid 5-Zan and Freeze had to pit at the end of lap 1.
That got yellow sector 3s.
Abhi has knocked it going into the narrow pit lane entry. That's a shame.
You like to see it. Rambo now trying to get. Oh, Akash has had a lovely start. He's gained 3 positions and he's moved up to P8 already, and so has Sid Kulkarni. But now Rambo got the DRS, lot of ERS to play with as well. Gonna make it a simple move down the inside. Very neatly done there. Evil Doc has been the biggest gainer so far, and so has his teammate. Wow, both of them making 4 positions each. That's great to see. Death Hunter, is he in the session? I don't think so. This is not good stuff for him. Surprisingly, he's already joined the session. We've lost a car at the top of Radillon. He's done it before in quali and he's done it again. Ooh, that was close stuff. Faisal just swooshing past him. Luckily misses out and doesn't have any damage there, but that's not looking too good for the McLaren boys. We've got Harry Rocks. No, that's Akash. He's dropped down like a stone. He's made a mistake somewhere at the end of Pon, and he's lost a lot of. Does he have damage? Can you confirm?
1 second. No, he does not.
Okay, good to see, but he still lost out a lot of positions. Avi Ferrello now on those medium tires, same ones as Avi, very close to him. The Honda boy is having a great showing so far. Let's see if in this next lap he can make the most of it. Evil Doc gets the fastest lap of the race.
Yep. If you could just stay on board with Evil Doc, I think he has a very good chance of getting ahead of Deepak down the Kevin straight.
Well, will do. But before that, Avi Ferrello now going side by side with Avi on Rogue. Not using any ERS, very neatly done there, just using the power of DRS, and he gets and moves up into P2. Evil Doc now going down the inside of the McLaren, still almost side by side, very compromised line there for Evil Doc, and Deepak Rush finds himself making too much position with that brilliant exit, but having to back out of it, and Evil Doc gets and seals the position and moves up into P9. Okay, can you ping Death Hunter to see what's up with him? I mean, he's not back into the session. I'm not sure if he's back in the session or not because he's ghosted. But looking at the pace, I mean, he's keeping up with Harry Rocks. Nothing doing there. A little low on ERS, but that could also meet his driving style. So I wonder, if he's in the session driving and he's ghosted. Good stuff, Codemasters. You never cease to amaze.
Otherwise, it's a very good job by the AI.
Well, or a very bad job from Harry Rocks, because this is going to be a very interesting lunge down the inside. Definitely does not use the advantage of the ghosting system there. Drops out of the bus stop chicane and will try a move down into the next couple of straights. Avi Ferrello gets. Did you see that, boys? He just sent one down the inside, completely passes it, gets horrendous exits in the process. Now BK19 and Avi Ferrello are going to be picking up the scraps and trying to get a position now. From going on the offensive to the defense in a matter of seconds. Now, Death Hunter gets, I don't know how, but he gets the DRS, but it's not going to be enough because BK19 is going to go down the inside. Death Hunter breaks really late and he keeps the position on the outside, but with the power of ghosting and those fresher, better performing medium tires at this point of the race, both BK19 and Rambo make it through Death Hunter. That's quite a shame to see, honestly. How quickly the turns have tabled. I was kidding there. Well, BK19 and Rambo this time around. The two Hondo boys have to be together all race long. It's been Avi and BK19 throughout the season. BK19, a lot of sideways action. They're going really wide. Interesting line from him. Nevertheless, these two are stuck this time around, and a fairly clean battle from them so far. I mean, let's see. I mean, they haven't battled so far, so it's kind of an early statement there. But let's see nonetheless.
Can we get him board with Akash? He seems to be going on the offensive to Monk on the run through Blanchimont right now.
Yeah, talk us through this battle. He's made a mistake. He's dropped down the field. Now picking up the pace again and going to be attacking with one of the Alfa Romeos.
He obviously is being he's being very mature about it. He knows that overtaking into bus stop will be a foolish move at best, because Monk will have the ability to come back at him in the most powerful section on the track for overtaking. So he's weaving a bit, but he seems to have dropped off on the exit of bus stop. He makes a mistake into Lesau's. He may actually not be close enough to overtake down the Kemmel Straight. And that being said, can we jump on top jump onto Evil Dog for a second? Because
Rambo's
he's making a move on Sid Kulkarni
so
as well.
has Evil Dog. Evil Dog making full use. I think he's running really low wings and it's working out brilliant for him. He's using those soft tires to his advantage. Having said that, Akash and Monk, they were not able to get close to each other. But Rambo has made swift work of BK19 on the Kemmel Straight, and now he's already challenging Harry Rocks. Great driving from this Red Bull man. Harry Rocks going wide there, not getting the best of exits now. That's going to leave a little compromised. But oh, we've got a run off there. We've got Sid Kulkarni, I believe, who's made a mistake, or was that Crazy Joe? I am not sure. We've got still yellow flags running somewhere in the scene. I'm not too sure, so I'm going to have to jump back into the action there. We've got BK19 who's dropped. Oh boy, that was what was it, because he's got shit ton of damage. Pardon my language, but he's so understeering all over the place, and he'll have to box for a new wing and a new set of tires. Monk making easy work of him, like taking candy from a baby. But now, will Akash be caught off guard with this? Woohoo, that's close stuff there at the end of Blanchimont. But yeah, luckily no contact there, and this battle can rage on. Death Hunter being very, very early into the pits. I don't know if he's got damage or it's just the AI making a brilliant decision for him. But he's gone on to the medium compound of tires. Interesting choice. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. Maybe a safety car, maybe he just got a sixth sense of what's going to be coming down the line, and he wants to be prepared for it with a nice, lovely, fresh-paced runs second time around. Let's see.
Yep. Now, entering into the first stage of pit stops, it's probably important to keep a gap, a track of the pace gap, and I think
Chicken has gone. Sorry to cut you off there. Harry Rocks has gone really deep. Keeps the position. Those soft tires are going to be struggling right now, and you can see that Harry Rock cannot get away from Rambo right now. The battle is super hot. Back to you, Madam.
Yep. I think talking about the soft tires dropping off, Chicken is still managing to pull a gap to RB even on these used softs. So he is absolutely flying right now, and he needs to build a gap because RB is going to have a huge advantage come the second stint.
For sure, absolutely, very well analyzed there. But the gap steady so far, 2.5 seconds has been the case. We've got an offing, we've got Freeze who's got damage. He's still spinning at the end of Lecombe. But unfortunate, we've got one on the top and one on the bottom. It maybe evens out. I mean, that's how we've strategized the team, but I didn't exactly actually anticipate to go it this way, but it is what it is. Oh, Harry Rocks has spun out and he's lost it. He can't possibly go into the pits. He's lost all of his front wing. He can see the pit on his right. It's mocking him. He's got no front wing and he's got to go around an entire lap of Spa-Francorchamps, the longest track on the calendar with no front wing. He's got no wing. He's got no chance to actually get some position. He's going to be dropping really quickly. Monk getting another position there, and so is Akash. Oh, these guys are battling quite hard. There's a nice segue into the next an actual battle going on track. Whew.
Yep. That was a pretty sad moment for Harry because he was doing very well. Sad to see him drop off. But the gaps are stabilizing, and they're actually, and very unlike a normal Spa race, there are very few DRS trades going on right now. The only man in DRS is Akash, who is still trying to hunt down the Alfa Romeo of Monk.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, it's unusual, yes, to say the least. Sorry about that.
No problem. Yep. Now it's I think Chicken is going to start thinking about pitting because he has lost a bit of time to. In fact, he's lost a lot of time to RB through bus stop. He lost about 3/10.
Let's actually have a look at how they're faring together. Just walk me through how the timing sheet looks. Who's doing the better lap times and how quickly is the gap closing? Have a look.
Well, the last lap from Chicken was a 1:47.3, but the last lap from RB was a 1:47.5, and consistently Chicken is a couple of tenths quicker at least than the medium runner of RB, which is incredibly surprising. So the Renault of Chicken is really holding his own, and as I say that, he pulls away about half a second of 4/10 through sector 1.
Yep, and now Avi's now right there in the battle. Well, he's not been sleeping, and he's slowly figured out that he has the pace here as well. Honda Boys 2, P2, P3, P4, and this battle is now getting hot as well.
Absolutely.
Cryptid has... Wait a minute. Alright. Wait. What? Okay, my bad. Okay, I needed a moment to process this. Monk has pitted onto set of medium tires. It is the pit window for the soft tires. It's come out behind Death Hunter. Cryptid is on 6 lap old hard tires and is really close to the Alfa Romeo boy. Evil Dog running very well in P5. Great race for him so far, and I'm keen to see how he does in the second stint as well. But going back into the action, Abi Ferrello and Avi gone rogue.
Our race leader has pitted. He's finally pitted on lap number 10, so he's an incredible first stint, and this is go time because let's keep track of where he comes out on track, because he cannot afford to get stuck in traffic, because he's going to need to pull out a gap to RB, who's going to be on fresh soft tires in the last 8 laps.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to keep it.
We've got Crazy Joe just lining up at last source, comes out just behind, but he gets a better run in, and they're going to go side by side. No, he thinks better of it. He actually backs off, thinking better to actually get the slipstream and the DRS. So that's an intelligent IQ 100 move there. They're going to use that slipstream. Chicken thinking of defending. Crazy's going to go down the inside, going side by side into Lecom, the worst camera possible. But Chicken with those fresh tires, still side by side, go around the outside and gives the position. That's sweet stuff. They are very close for Crazy Joe. Thought about making the most of the DRS, got really close, but those fresh tires are simply going to help Chicken out away.
And not just that, that was an incredibly crucial move in the battle for the race win. And you can lose a second because Spa is such a long track. You can lose a second stuck behind a car on all the tires to, let's say, a competition running in P1 and 2 right now.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys are going to go on for maybe 2 or 3 more laps. That's when it'll be the prime time to put on those soft tires, but still these two are within a second with each other. That's some fantastic racing going on there. Now Crazy Joe, he's not pitted, and so hasn't Akash. Now Akash, with that early mistake he made, he's got great pace and he's slowly climbing his way up the field again. Will he try to make a move? No, he's actually broke quite early for that corner and slightly gets a better exit. There's still equal peggings there. Let's see who comes out on top at the end of Camel Straight. Okay, Deepak Raj now P5. He's also not pitted. Very close to the Sid Kulkarni, who is the lead. Williams at this point in time. Deepak Raj not close enough. Doesn't really have a lot of ERS to play with either, but just jumping back again. Akash now going to think about a move, going to go around the outside. Will he? No, side by side action into Lake Home. Crazy Joe this time around does keep it around the outside into which becomes the inside for the next track. Akash thinking of a move. Crazy Joe going really deep. Very, very interesting to break a little earlier there, causing Crazy Joe to get all out of shape, but he still keeps the position, and this battle is brilliant. Crazy Joe just has amazing respect for the other drivers out there. There is no excuse that he's on a keyboard. Gets a lot out of shape there in P1, but still he keeps his position, and we are 11 laps in, halfway into the race so far, and it's been an amazing show of talent so far. Would you agree?
Absolutely, and I think I'm actually on board with Avi, who's right now looking like the faster of the Red Bull backed cars in the AlphaTauri.
Well, I've got some news for you, because though Avi is quite strong and he has the ERS, he's got the DRS, RB Ferrello has so much more, and he's just using it in the right places, hitting the right kind of an exit. Chicken, their battle. Their contender, the competitor there goes on, gets the first lap, and Evil Dog swiftly gets a better one in the 46-2. Avi gone rogue, using all that DRS and ERS, moves up into P1. Now finally getting the move. We'll see when these two, they should pit at the end of this lap, because the gap is coming down very, very quickly. Chicken is in P6, away from any sorts of traffic, so you're going to be pushing with those medium tires, and is now going to looking too good for these two right now. Evil Dog making quick work at the end, using that very low drag setup, and getting past Crazy Joe. Crazy Joe with 11 lap roll tires, done a great job so far, but hey, I think it's time to put on a new set and blast some great laps as well. Having said that, RB Ferrello is not leaving Avi at any point in time. He's still sticking by him. Just goes to show you, these guys are quite strategic in the way they race, and also to the point where they're equal on pace as well. Oh, both of them think about a dummy move, at least it looked to me that way, and both of them decide not to pit. They're going long in this first stint. They want the best tires for the second stint. I don't know if it's the right move, considering that they're both going to be coming out together. It's not the ideal strategy, considering that there's no undercut, overcut between the pair of them, and they're probably going to be continuing this battle after the pit as well. But the issue here is that Chicken is already narrowing the gap very quickly to Deepak Raj. Having said that, RB Ferrello goes down the inside using a lot of the ERS. Avi not fighting him too hard. He knows that all the battling is just going to hamper both of them, and he just concedes and moves back into P2. Well, Evil Dog now just slicing and dicing through the field. Old tires on Akash, not even putting up a fight. Evil Dog swiftly moves into P7. Look at that, like 8 seconds, yes, but Evil Dog has had an amazing race. Clean as a whistle, lot of positions gained, no issues at any point in time, and now he is just one position behind Chicken. Faizan gets a 3-second time penalty, but he's on a hot battle with Crazy Joe using a lot of ERS, going to go down the inside. But Crazy Joe has better tires. Really think about a move around the outside. Yes, he will. Wow, that is some brave stuff there. And he keeps the position with those fantastically grippy soft tires. Superb stuff. Showing him what
I just want to say right now that Evil Doc and Chicken are right now lapping over us 1.7 seconds quicker than RB and Avi. So rightfully so, RB and Avi have finally pulled the trigger and pitted.
Not Avi. Avi is actually staying out for one extra lap. I don't understand the feeling there. Maybe he wants to try an overcut, but that's not exactly the right strategy, is it? We've got Akash who's pitted. He's finally done and pulled the trigger as well. Chicken has come out comfortably ahead of Abi Farello. Abi Farello is out of the pits. He is around 5 seconds, 4.5. He's got to increase slowly. Using a lot of the ERS there. Comes out in P4. And now the battle really got to spice up there. He's got fresh soft tires. He's got to be fresh because they've quit quite late. I mean, he must have been 75 or 80% in those medium tires. I mean, he did take it quite a long distance without any VSC, without any safety car. So superb tire management from him. I don't know how Avi is doing. I can only guesstimate, if you will, from his tire indicator there on our telemetry screens. I'm not sure if it's actually visible, but he's lost a lot of time. He is still losing a lot of time behind Chicken. He's 12 seconds ahead.
Just to let you know, and this may come into effect later on, RB has just a single warning, but Chicken's 1 away from a 3-second penalty, which could potentially decide the race for us, and we never like to see the race decided on anything else but on track. So let's see how the rest of the race goes.
Yeah. It is the long game and how consistent and clean you can keep it on track. That is definitely a factor as well. We've got a spun off. I believe it's crypted. Yes, it is. That's unfortunate. He he's lost his wing. Has he? Look to be.
No, he has not. Doesn't look like it. He has not lost his wing.
Avi has
I think
pitted. He's going on the soft tires, and so has Rambo. But what is this? Rambo comes out ahead. I believe Avi has either made a mistake or changed his wing for whatever reason, and he's come out behind Death Hunter. That's not important, but more importantly, Rambo has undercut Avi in the pits. Insane stuff. Now Sid Kulkarni gets a better run. He was not in this fight per se, but he definitely is now, because he's deploying all of that ERS. Both of them have equal footing with new tires, and Sid Kulkarni gets the move done. What is happening with Avi right now? Going that 1 lap extra has cost him 2 positions. 3 positions actually, yes. He's way behind Abi Farello, who is in P2 right now. And my god, this is really cost him his race. Now he's stuck behind Sid Kulkarni. He knows he's got the pace, but he's unable to just find a way through. And now with that dirty air, feeling the effects of it, he's making a mess of it completely. Deepak Raj, I believe, has spun out in Puon, and threading the needle there. Monk just getting in front of him, moves up into P8. Nice stuff there. So Death Hunter is on 7 lap old mediums, and looks to be the case where he's deploying every single ounce of that ERS. Goes a little wide and probably gets a warning as well. But Rambo's going to be making quick work of him, probably abusing the system, the collision system as well. Having said that, Sid Kulkarni and Avi say the same. Sid Kulkarni has been a brilliant pit stop. He started on the medium tires as well, quite far behind, but because of the fact that there was a wing change by Avi for whatever reason. I don't know if he's probably had light damage there, and it's really cost him. He's come out, I believe, almost 9 seconds behind RB Ferrello, while they were literally, I'd love to say it, 30 buddies at one point in time. We've got a safety car. BK19 has lost it at the end of Sector 2. I'm going to quickly go on to that action. No, I'm in the wrong car and I've missed the action. Just behind Scary Pumpkin was that, and I missed that as well. So I'm really sorry about that. But BK19 is out of the race. But you know what?
I did manage to catch that.
Yes.
He lost it on the curb out of Puon. Of course. So I think the exit curb caught him slightly and put him into the wall.
Well, this is going to be turning the tables once more. Who's going to be pitting? Will Chicken pit? I don't know.
I think he should put onto the soft tires. Otherwise, I think RB may get him.
Well, we'll have to wait and find out what he makes of it. But what's for sure is RB and Rambo, the Red Bull boys, are definitely not going to pit. Evil Doc, file up old medium tires. Will he though? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Death Hunter, a blessing for him. He's on 8-lap old medium tires, and if he's actually still in the race, you will definitely pit on for a set of medium or soft tires.
That being said, I don't think Chicken should pit because if you look at how many cars will.
Unfortunately, Fox's lap. He's going to get the lead. Evil Dog is staying out. Yay! It's a different strategy from the Alfa Romeo boy. Proud of him actually. He made the right choice. Sid Kulkarni. Wait, Death Hunter has pit as well. That's great for him. Hopefully he gets the right compound on. And yeah, we're going to take a breather because it's going to be at least one more lap of safety car. Safety car hopefully will come in at the end of lap 18. If not, even worse for Chicken because now he's in P6. Well, at least a good gap between him and Deepak Raj. Not going to be an issue for him. But yeah, he's going to have to make up 5 positions and he doesn't have any fresh, he doesn't really have much of an advantage between pretty much the rest of the leaders up ahead other than Evil Dog. So the man who's going to be really struggling now will be Evil Dog, and he's going to be the one who's going to be gobbled up by the field. Hopefully not, but not a prime position to be in for him. But I like his decision. It's a very bold one, a bold statement that he can keep his position because he still, it's a rolling start. It's not a standing start. So the disadvantage that he get is not as profound because of the traction. He can just floor it, and he should also have a decent getaway as well. But hey, we're gonna wait it out for a couple of laps more. This being a very long track, there's a good chance that we'll be waiting for a while. So in the meantime, let's have a little chat. Nara, how was the real life Grand Prix? I mean,
I would rather like to talk about the virtual Grand Prix because that just depresses me. It's honestly a little talk about real world for a second. It's clear that Mercedes had some issues with their car at the start of the season, and we were all maintaining the hope that Verstappen would be able to keep the challenge going for over the course of the year. But it's clear that Mercedes have taken a step forward. Toto Wolff did say that they came up with a few aero upgrades, which have solved some of the issues that they faced. And it's clear that over the course of the season, it's going to be very difficult for Red Bull to compete with a car with a base as strong as the Mercedes does have.
Yeah, but it is a brilliant package nonetheless. But you gotta give them props, Honda. I mean, they've come so close. Years of toiling with that new engine, a lot of R&D. Red Bull taking on that challenge, pretty much buying the team or getting the rights to the team and just making it work. Perez, unfortunately, did not have the best of races. Could not really compete with them. Caught off guard in the beginning of the race, but still a very, very solid P4. But the end of the race, now that is something I really want to talk to you about, where everyone started pitting off for soft tires.
Yeah.
So there were a few fastest laps, but then it got taken away from Verstappen at the post race.
Yeah, I think Mercedes did sort of mess up by pulling the trigger 1 lap too early. I know that Verstappen validated, but they could have just as easily swung the championship battle towards Verstappen ever so slightly, and I think that's a very uncharacteristic mistake made by the team from Brackley.
Yep, absolutely couldn't agree with you. They got off lucky there. Like they do not want to be messing with the likes of.
I mean,
Verstappen.
when they do make a mistake, then the racing gods do tend to smile on them. So it's getting a bit annoying having,
Yeah,
but it's only annoying because they've been so dominant and so powerful and been so faultless over the last so many years. And that just kudos to how they maintain the same level of competitiveness and just and we can't blame them for making the sport one-sided. That's their job.
that is.
It's just that they do a bloody good job of it.
Couldn't agree again with you more. But one thing to note there. I mean, they've got brilliant strategies. They've got brilliant engineers as well. But the pit stops. I mean, Red Bull has done something spectacular. It used to be Williams a few years ago, but
Yep.
come on, man. Like 1.9 again when it matters. Like just it's like they perform positively to sheer pressure and just brilliant diamonds of pit stops coming out when it matters the most. Brilliant
Yep.
stuff from them.
And
Oh,
just to give you a bit of an insight into how particular Red Bull are about their pit stops, I see no other team principal doing this during the race. They may do this in practice or training or whatever, but during the race, every single pit stop, Christian Horner turns around with a stopwatch to time the pit stop himself for every single stop the Red Bull team make, which is incredible attention to detail and just shows you how proud and how much work they put into their stops.
yeah, it's as if Christian Horner's got the timer and saying, you know what, I'm counting your bonuses right now. You better not screw up.
It's an interesting thought, but as we say that, the safety car is coming in back to fantasy and a world where Mercedes is not leading, where we have a Red Bull up front, Alpha in second, a Red Bull in third, and the man who's been in the lead the entire race has now got some work on his plate. RB is, if it's okay, I'm going to walk you through the restart. RB has complete control. The safety car is in the box now, and RB is saving it until the last second, and he goes now. That car has taken off, but Evil Dog has stayed close enough to him. But Evil Dog is on 8-lap old medium, so he will get swallowed by the gaggle of cars behind him. And that perfect, like Evil RB just pulls out 4 more tenths going in out of Lassoz. And Rambo is achingly close to the rear of that Alfa Romeo.
Yes, he is. He's deploying a lot of ERS, and so is Evil Dog. But will he dive one down the inside? No, I think it's better off with Evil Dog keeping that position. That's one done. We've got 4 to go. Superb.
And the
racing
longer
from
Evil
him.
Dog can do this, the better, because Evil Dog is a very consistent and clean driver, and he's actually managed to not pick up any penalties. So, which Rambo, Sid, and Avi all have. And if I can just tell you, give you an exact number, Sid has 6, Avi has 11 seconds. So that should be 2 spots for Evil Dog in the bag.
Yes, but he still wants to keep it on track, and he would expect nothing else. But oh, that's a bit of a moment there. Sid Kulkarni think of a move? No, does not. Monk now losing a position. That's a little unfortunate for him. Faizan now very, very, very close to him. Oh, Crazy Joe has lost it, unfortunately, dropping down the field quite heavily. That's not the start he wanted to see. We've got sector 3 offing, and Abhi has retired from the session, losing it at Stabilo 2, I believe. I don't see his car, I don't know where it is. But, oh, okay, Freeze is a lap down. My bad. Jumping on to where it actually matters. Surprisingly enough, after everything that has happened, Avi getting the worst of starts, Chicken and then pitting again. Avi and Chicken are back at it again. Avi sending one down the inside on Sid Kulkarni. They're side by side at the end of exit of last source. Who's going to use the more ERS? Who's going to get DRS? Nobody. This is still lap 20. Still one more lap to go there. But Avi gets the move done. Rambo is still very, very close and deploying all of his ERS, and so is Evil Dog. But will Slipstream come into the effect? Not so much. You know why? Because Evil Dog got a super low track setup. He's still keeping the position, and the heat on Rambo so close there. But clean racing nonetheless. Now, are we getting all out of shape? And Chicken gets the move.
Chicken is
Dumps it at the end of Bruxelles, and he's lost all of his front wing, and he's going to be losing and dropping down like a stone.
That's a damn shame because Chicken has done nothing wrong all race, and the first mistake he makes is under pressure. I mean, he is fairly new to league racing, and he's picked up the game incredibly quickly. But it's still, and for that reason, I think he's been pretty hard done today. It's a shame to see him spin out.
Now Deepak Raj and Death Hunter battling. Death Hunter went around the outside there. I mean, that was an insane move. It kind of didn't look as well because of the fact that, Death Hunter's ghosted, but nonetheless, it was a superb move.
I have to say, Fivezan has
was
spun in
that?
Sector 2.
What?
Fivezan has
that?
spun in Sector 2.
Oh, is that so? No, that's just freeze. Oh, that's freeze and Chicken going really slow. But Death Hunter is sent it. He sent it and is going all over the place and he's lost it. Spinella at the end of lap 20. Going on lap 21. Rambo is 6 tenths behind Evil Dog. This is his chance. DRS is now enabled. We've got Deepak Raj also very very close to the back of Avi, but let's stay on board with Rambo because this is his chance. But looking at it, they're equal on ERS and he's really far away this time around. So it's not really going to be a chance. This time he's already exhausted all of it. Evil Dog has more. Wow, can Evil Dog actually pull it off? I would love to see that. But Sid Kulkarni now also getting really close. Deepak Raj as well to Avigon Rogue. Very wide exit and Akash sends one round the outside out of nowhere and he gets the position. Avi locking up supremely and Akash says thank you very much, I'll be taking that to go. Akash moving 2 positions in 1 sector. Avi getting all out of shape once again and loses the position to Deepak Raj. Woo! Where did Akash come from? Super Remo racing. Cryptid as well now on the soft tires. Avi I believe has some kind of a damage. He's going super slow. While we say that, it looks like Chicken is out of the race. Lost it at Radillon. F-in chats for him. Started all the way out in the front and now where he's ended up. Started at the top, now we unfortunately. He's still dropping. Not looking too good. Monk has already made a position on him as well. He's definitely struggling there. Look at that understeer. Must have gotten a warning as well for that. Really hurting his cause there. But final lap of the Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Abi Ferrello 2 seconds ahead, my bad, of Evil Doc, who is on really old, one second, really old tires. It's 11 lap old. This is the final chance that Rambo gets. He's completely out of it. He's got no ERS left. He's burnt it too quickly. But will this give a chance for Sid Kulkarni? He's going to think about a movie. He moved way too much. He made a mockery of himself at the end of Kemal Straight there, and that's a shame because he was actually quite quickly catching up and he just shot himself in the foot before the end of the straight. Deepak Raj now very close to Akash. He's also made quick work of the other folks there. We've got a spun Harryox. Yes, that's right. He believe he's already lost a big chunk of his wing. He's on a brilliant little Spinala as well. Cryptid, good recovery drive from him. He had a bit of an incident at the beginning of the race and he's made a fantastic drive back into the scene. Death Hunter also now overtaking him. You got a feel for Avi. He had a bit of a moment. I don't know, we must have missed out somewhere and he's really lost out of it. But Avi Ferrello, above and beyond, played the right strategy. Evil Doc, superb defending with those medium tires, did the opposite of what Chicken did and he survived to tell the tale of P2. Rambo goes P3, a fantastic result for Red Bull 1 and 3. Sid Kulkarni comes out in P4. Will he drop down the field? No, he does not. He gets enough of a gap. Monk jumps up into P6. Wow, that's called clean driving and that's what gets you a lovely little P6 there all the way down from P8 I believe. Superb clean racing from him. Deepak Raj missing out by 8 milliseconds. Got a feel for him. But it is what it is. Clean racing gives you the best results. And that has been it, ladies and gentlemen. Your Belgian Grand Prix, the main event of this weekend. Evil Lock, deservedly the driver of the day, finishing in a fantastic P2. Thoughts on the race, Mara?
Well, that was a joy to watch. I think it was settling down a bit towards the end, everyone out of DRS zones, and then God gave us a safety car. So that was huge, a brilliant climax to the entire session. RB with a great drive, minimal penalties, but I have to say my driver of the day is Evil Doc as well. I raced with him recently in an on-rank session, and the pace he was showing was not that of a tier 2 driver. He was genuinely showing incredible pace for which could fit him into tier 1 maybe, and for that reason I think he's a very deserved podium P2.
I couldn't agree with you more. Once again, he is, and so has RB been ex tier 1 drivers. So we take nothing away from the fact that they do deserve a spot back on the top step. But a great result from both the pair of them. They just continue to show these tier 2 boys how it's done, and it really shows, even in the standings, it is where they are. Really clean drives throughout, and finishing with the points in hand, and that's the most important takeaway from the end of the day.
Yep. I'm trying to get Rambo into the session, but I'm not able to find him in a VC right now. But while I do that, we do have P1 and P2 with us. Congratulations on the win, RB. Incredible race by you. And Evil Doc, what an amazing drive. You've truly amazed pretty much every single spectator out there. Great drive, both of you.
Fine.
Yep. Couple, would you like to take it away with
No,
interview?
I'm just taking care of the results. Please carry on.
Sure, no problem. So RB, great drive from you. You did an incredible job fighting your way. Talk us through your decision on starting on the mediums. Is it because you felt the alternate strategy was the right one to be on? It worked out in the end, of course. But do you think it would have worked out regardless of the safety car?
Uh, Basically, even if it was dry quali, I would have started and qualified on mediums only. So I had decided my way to start on mediums and end it on softs.
What data did you go on to make that decision in terms of? I'm sure that there were lots of different approaches which you could have taken, but what drove you to take the medium tires to start with?
Really, for the second stint on softs, I can go for one lap extra for softs, and with less fuel load, there would be a less tire wear compared to the starting 9 laps of softs. So I went for
Yeah.
that.
Did it ever play on your mind that like the alternate strategy is not as OP here as let's say other tracks like maybe France or some other tracks you've had this season?
But it's not that OP as the pit lane is less in length. But then I knew that I had the pace to cover up. So yeah, I went for it.
Well, it worked out, and it worked out in a very great fashion. Evil Doc, moving on to you for a bit. Great drive. I've been racing with you in a few on-rank sessions, and you've really been showing a shit ton of pace. And I think that translated very well to the league race in Spa as well. So walk us through your race. You had to make quite a few overtakes. What was your mindset through the 22 laps?
Oh, actually, there were no expectations, because if you saw the quali, we were the two to die, like one like first and the second death in the quali. So actually, he didn't have any kind of expectation. Was just focusing to get on to the points.
Yep.
But yeah, through the race, I could see, yeah, there was space to overtake guys, and yeah, and it was actually easy to overtake as well. Like there were no much of struggle as well, and yeah, if it was not for the safety car, I think maybe P3.
Maybe P3.
Yeah,
How difficult? Go ahead.
I don't know why Chicken pitted for that softs. We also were thinking whether to go for that softs or not, but yeah, we didn't take that gamble.
Yeah.
Considering it was on like we were having only around 25 to 30% of tire wear in the medium. So yeah, we gambled and that paid off. And I think if it were one more lap, I could have even got RB as well. We were slowing down.
Arby, what do you have to say to that?
I was just cruising, I would say, because I didn't wanted to take any risk. That's all. I
Yeah,
had
Okay. We have to get you both into a 1v1 at Spa just to see who probably would have yeah,
yeah,
who have come out on raw pace. But either way, I don't think we've managed to get. Just give me 1 second to see if we can get Rambo in. Um, but Evil Dog, your medium tires were quite stressed when you were battling Rambo for a majority of the race.
I don't think it was quite stress. I think it was over stress. I was like full spamming the maybe Rich Mix and ERS just to be like just to hold him up. That after that Camel Straight. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that was a
Ye-
bit tough.
Yeah, but you measured it to perfection with your ERS management, and Rambo was burnt out after the first couple of laps. So, either way, I have to say that was a incredibly measured and a very exciting drive to watch. And RB couldn't have been a more dominant performance by you um, cruising into P1 for this race. So congratulations to both drivers. We unfortunately, folks, we will not have you Rambo joining us, but I'm sure he's with us he's with us on the podium in the podium commentary box in spirit. So congratulations to him and the rest of the grid for giving us an incredibly exciting race, and great job for an entire. And thank you, couple, for streaming and commentating of this tier 2 Grand Prix.
Anytime. Well, I've got the standings updated. We've just been able to upload it already. Avi Farello with a sizable lead, 125 points. Evil Doc in P2. I mean, you gotta give it to them. They're here on the top step right now, and they're showing it throughout the season, and it's showing. The Red Bull leading quite comfortably right now with that brilliant 1-3, got really pushing them forward. But Alfa Romeo still in the fight. This is a superb battle so far. And yeah, just have a look at it at your own leisure. The standings for all three tiers have been updated as well. And but yeah, that would pretty much be it from me in the commentary box as well. Thank you and congratulations to all our drivers. And we will see you next time. Bye
before
bye.
we close
Yes.
before we close sorry, next week we have we actually have probably the most exciting race of the season at Silverstone, and this is both for ACC as well as for Formula 1. So ACC is on Thursdays and Formula 1 over the weekend, so do tune in for both of these events because Silverstone is, let's just face it, it's awesome.
Indeed it is. You can catch it all on Thursday 8:30 p.m. IST for the ACC finale of season 2 and your usual timings of tier 1 tier 3 at 8 p.m. IST Saturday and Sunday. Until then, I've been Kapil A6 and your obviously supreme leader Maranello Baby signing off. Have a safe time ahead. See you next time.
Bye bye.